What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yakin with Yukon. And I was going to come on here and tell you we have technical difficulties, but our guest showed up right as the intro started. So we will get to that in 1 second. How's everybody doing? You guys are already smoking up my chat. Love to see that. Well, let me welcome you guys before we welcome our special guest. How is everybody tonight? It's great to be here. I'm very excited for this one. This is one of the super nice guys of the entire toy community, guys. A really awesome guy, just not only an awesome toy collector, toy hunter, but an awesome person. So very excited to have JJ on with us. We got a little intro for him, and we'll get that going. But let's catch up to the chat. Give you guys all a shout out. I've already been bullshitting with you, so let's do it. Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. Ed, the man. Guys, if you haven't seen the promos, me and Gary's Grails are going to destroy Ed for getting us back into GI Joe Classified on Wednesday. So be sure to check into Ed's live stream on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Me and Gary are going to tear Ed apart for his enablement. Let's say that is enablement. So stay tuned for that. Well, that effing figures, guys. If you haven't checked out, I watched this today. If you haven't checked out Joe and Colin's interview with Josh Pence today, go check that out. That one's actually blowing up. It last I checked, had like 140 views or something. So it's doing great. You guys did an awesome job handling that. I thought it was a good interview. So kudos to you, Joe and Colin. Great job on that. Rolando, what's up, my man? There's Colin. What's up, buddy? I'm here. Gary's Grails. We just talked about that. Gary, I hope you're ready, man, because I'm ready because it's on Wednesday, buddy. G-Force Racing. What's up, buddy? Mark, good to see you. And who else we got? Joe. Joe, what's up? JMC Collects. Good to have you here, buddy. And I think that's everybody else. So tonight, like I said, we got a great guest. Let me go ahead and start up his promo. This is JJ. Let's start up his promo and we'll bring him on. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad you're able to get on. Sorry, I don't know what's
No, thank you. I don't know. I had to do a copy paste kind of deal. It was weird. Normally you click on it and it'll take you, but it was taking me like at the enter StreamYard if you like log in and blah blah blah. But
yeah, that's kind of weird. So.
Hi everybody, how you guys doing? Thank you for showing up for Yukon Phils, man.
Man, yeah, these are like the regulars in here, and you are too. You're always a regular
on the
show, so I appreciate that, man.
No problem.
How things going, buddy? Haven't talked to you in a little bit. We've been chatting a little bit, but haven't spoke to you face to face in a while. So how you been?
I've been good. Just been busy these past couple of weeks. Of course, some people know I have 3 jobs, and then I just recently moved to another apartment, same complex but different apartment. So I was going upstairs to downstairs, and oh man, it was just tiring. And when you do it by yourself, you just gotta find a way. Thanks, Rebels.
Tough stuff, man.
Hey, JMC and Rolando, how y'all guys doing?
Yeah, Blue Eyes here too. Blue Eyes.
Hi, Blue Eyes.
General Kenobi's bunker. What's up, my friend?
Good hey, General Kenobi.
And let's see. We said, Mad About Toys. Mad About Toys. Hey guys, Mad
About Toys. Sorry.
He's actually going to be on my show in late March. So guys, if you haven't checked out Mad About Toys, awesome toy reviewer, go check him out. Sub to his channel. Keep him going. He does a ton of great shorts. His shorts do awesome. I mean, I like to say I do good shorts, but he does better shorts than I do. So go check his page out, give him a sub, give him a like, and do all that. Well, you and I didn't get a chance to catch up backstage, unfortunely.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. So we're just going to kind of dive into it. So we're going to get to know you a little bit better, kind of starting with your collecting habits. Obviously, in your background, we know that you're a huge G.I. Joe guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So
yeah, big time.
When did collecting really get to be a big thing for you? I'm guessing it was a kid, but since you're, since as an adult, what got you back into collecting, or did you ever get out of collecting since from when you were a kid?
Well, I got out of collecting because I was back when I was in college. I was mostly collecting. Well, before college, I was working at Foot Locker, and I was collecting sneakers. I was more collecting the retro Jordans, which I do have a lot of them still. And then when I went to college, I was collecting more DVDs, Blu-rays. And then when I got out of college and got my career, I I came back and started looking at electronics like Nintendos and stuff like that, and then I went into my friend's comic shop back in 2007, and we were looking for old school games. A friend of mine and I, we went to Eagle Pass, which is like 45 minutes away from our town. And at the times, I don't know if you remember, there was a Game Crazy. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
okay,
that.
so
Yeah, yeah.
we were looking for stuff, and then this guy said, "Well, there's a comic shop going down like towards the Mexico area downtown. If you want to check it out." And I was like, "Okay, maybe they have figures, or I mean, I'm sorry, video games." So I went in there, and this guy, cool guy, good friend of mine. He's a family member now. His name's Chicho. He has a shop called Heroes to the Rescue, and he had a few figures there that I was like, "Wow, you have some awesome toys," and he had comics. So he had this 1969, or I'm sorry, this for 69.99 he had this G1 Optimus Prime.
Nice.
And I told him, "Hey man, do you take card?" And he's all like, "No." And he goes, "Can you save this for me, man? I promise I'll be back. I'm gonna go to an ATM." Well, sure enough, he put it back because he didn't think I was gonna come back. And sure enough,
Right.
I came back and I bought it. He goes, "Oh, you came back?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I want
Nice.
this thing."
Yeah, yeah.
So ever since then, cause of that, I started collecting. I mean, I had toys before that, but I wasn't really collecting. And then back in '06, no, '07, '08, then I think it was '08, you started seeing the Marvel Universe, the 3 3/4 inch
Yep.
Marvels.
Yep.
And I started buying those at Walmart and everywhere I can find them. And those I bought them because they reminded me of my '84, '85, GI Joes, '82 to '94 GI Joes,
Right.
pretty much plain and
Absolutely.
simple.
Mhm.
So I started buying those and I started collecting all of them. And pretty much I have almost the whole wave of the single packs to the Infinity series. I have the Helicarrier. I have the 2 packs. I mean, of all the Marvel Universe. Eventually, they became Infinite series or the Infinity series. But a lot of those 3 3/4 inch, you eventually saw them become 6 inch figures for the Marvel
Yep.
Legends. And
Yep. Yep.
once they ended the line, I stopped collecting the 3 3/4 inch. And then from there, just started collecting more. I started collecting the DC universes. I have almost the whole wave of the DC universe. I just don't have some of the 2 packs. And then, my friend Chicho got me into comics, so I started collecting comics. I was buying doubles. At the time when you're single, you just,
Yeah, you got the freedom for that.
yeah, you just gotta take advantage.
Right,
So
right.
from there, I just collected stuff. I started collecting Walking Dead. Got into Walking Dead. Have some of the figures. Um, my friend got me into statues. I got some statues. Then, as you can see, some hot toys. I started getting to
Mhm.
hot toys, and
Which we'll
um,
talk about in depth in a minute, because I
all
know
right,
you're a big hot toy guy. So yeah.
yeah. And then well, of course, I was still collecting. And then when the pandemic came around, that's when I jumped into the YouTube thing. But we'll get more into that if you have any questions of that. But
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's
definitely.
that's my deal with collecting.
Okay, cool. So other than hot toys and stuff, what one line or one genre has really struck with you and stuck with you through your entire collecting experience? Is there one that you're like, okay, this is it, and I have to stick with this, and I've never really given it up, and it's just kind of my go-to?
No, not really. I just
No?
enjoy everything.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of everything. I've collected Dragon Ball figures. I mean, you name it, things that people don't collect. I mean, I collect. There's other things I don't really collect. Like, I mean, I'm not a big fan of those Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I won't collect those, but you'll see me jump in the line like Indiana Jones if I get the chance.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those look great, man. They do
hmm
look pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So what made you go ahead and start a YouTube channel? What was the deciding factor on that one?
Everybody that's here right now in the comments and some that are not
Definitely.
here.
Yep.
Thousand Go, Sleeping Collectibles, Rebels, Reptiles, and Games, Dave's Dimension, of course Rocco at the time, Mr. Starjo. All these people were wanting to know who I was because I was always anonymous. They just knew me through through the comments. G-Force knew me as with my last name, and then I ended up changing it because Mr. Starjo gave me the name Joker because
Oh,
he saw
nice.
that I love the
Nice.
Joker and stuff.
Yep.
And then right now it's just JJ because I'm not in YouTube right now. It's just
Right.
JJ. Even though freaking Rebels is like, John Joker, you motherfucker. He still calls me that, John Joker. So it's pretty funny. Every time I call him, John Joker.
Yep, yep, yep.
Um,
Oh yeah.
so he's used to that. But it wasn't really. I got on just to make friends, and I did. I've made so many friends. I've kept in touch with so many friends. Um, I know a lot of them I don't get to talk to, but like I have G Force's number, I have Rebels' number, Tasman's, Greedos, Fabulous, Terradome. I mean, I've had a lot of numbers from everybody, and that's how I am. Um, that's how I keep it. I'm always there, a phone call away whenever anybody has to vent, anything like that. I mean, we all go through tough times, and one of the beautiful things about this collecting world is that we all share the same thing that we enjoy, that we're passionate about. And sometimes we all go through struggles in life, and when you make a
Absolutely.
friend, you know that you can be there for them. I mean, I know Rebels has been there for me, just like I've been there for him. We've given each other advice, and that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. To me, it's not about numbers. I've my numbers actually. I've looked. I looked at. No, I didn't look it up. It was Rebels that looked it up, and he goes, "Man, you're still at 334,
Yeah,
man."
yeah. I just looked at your YouTube channel. You are. You're still there, man.
And I
Yep.
haven't done anything. I know that I've lost maybe like 7 or 8,
Yeah.
subs, which I call them friends and family, and I'm like, okay, those weren't friends at all.
Right.
But to me, I'm not really about the numbers. I'm not here to get monetized. I mean, that's why I have my career. You know, um, I didn't jump into YouTube to make money. I jumped into YouTube because I saw other people that enjoyed what I enjoyed, and it's awesome. And just talking to them, it's great. I mean, you don't get to see that around. So
No, no, that's so hard to find just in normal everyday life. What you said is exactly right, man. I started out wanting to make money just like anybody else. But boy, when you get a hold of all these guys in the chat yourself, I mean, I've met so many, you and I know a lot of the same people. Uh, just it's an unbelievable community. People drop of a hat, they'll be right there for you, man. So it's
hmm
it's definitely an incredible thing. And I think that's the best thing to be in it for. So yeah, man, you
yeah,
definitely have the right mentality on that. Let me catch up on the chat. These guys are
go ahead.
going crazy, man. All right. So Payne's Toy Samples, what's up, man? A local guy here in Yukon, or I think he's in OKC. So what's up, man? Him and I've been talking a little bit on Instagram. So glad you made it, buddy. And then Legacy, Daniel, what's up, my man? How you doing, buddy? LeBron Fett,
That
another one, another regular.
that's cool.
So good to have you guys on the show. All right. So what ultimately was it that made you decide to stop doing YouTube then?
Well, there's a video that I have there on my channel. It's actually my last video. So it turns out I ended up having a panic attack or an
Mm,
anxiety attack, whatever the heck it is.
mm,
Um, I was thinking I was having a heart attack because I'm in my 40s, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" So I went to the ER, and they checked me. Nothing was wrong with me. I'm healthy. I mean, of course, they told me you need to eat better because my liver's all a little
right.
messed up. But
That's
yeah,
everybody, man. Yeah, yeah.
but they said no. You had a panic attack. I'm like,
Mhm.
what? A panic attack?
Yeah.
As I like, isn't that just a mental thing? I always thought an anxiety attack was just a mental thing. They go, no, when you stress so much, it'll hit your body in some ways that you never expect. And I'm just like, well, damn. So, there's a few things in my life that have given me a little bit of stress. And then, one of the things that was always constantly on my mind that was always stressing me out was, YouTube was always, I was always trying to make other people happy,
Yeah.
on YouTube
Yeah.
and trying to make different things in my channel when I never even had the chance because I was always at the time I wasn't working much, but I was still working a lot, and it was just stressful to like, well, I gotta get to doing this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and like to some people, hey Michael Cherry, how you doing?
Michael Cherry, another local guy.
Yeah, that's cool. And to some people like Ed, he loves to edit. That's the fun thing for him.
Hmm.
Me that I don't know crap about editing, it's not fun for me.
Right.
I guess until I learn it or I know how to do things, then maybe it'll be a lot more fun for me. But it was a lot more stressful, and I just decided I gotta hang it up and I gotta start worrying about my health. I need to get back into the gym and stuff like that, and I did. And for 4 or 5 months already, I've been going to the gym. I haven't been eating as healthy as I want to, but the gym has helped me out to get my cardio and my strength back, and especially in the medical field, when you're in therapy, I mean that it takes a toll on you. I
Oh,
mean,
definitely,
I've been
definitely.
in the, and I've been a therapist for 16 years. My fingers are wanting to go out anymore, are going out because of the massages. You know, my fingers are starting to they're starting to look all arthritic. My
Right,
back wants to give out at times, but
right.
working out, it's helped me out on that. So
That's
yeah.
good, man. That's good. Do you think there's ever going to be a time when maybe you'll come back on to YouTube? Maybe not on a full time level, but I mean, I know you're extremely active in the chats. You're on mine all the time. You're on Ed's a lot. I know you're on a lot of others. Do you think there's ever going to be a time when you're like, okay, maybe I'll give it another shot? Because a lot of YouTubers have the same story. I do as well, where they start out and then, like you said, it might not be a panic attack, but you just the stress of having to put out content if you got yourself on a schedule or whatever it might be, and then you get obsessed with the numbers, and then before you know, it's just kind of you're in over your head. So, do you think that there's going to be a point in time when you're going to come back on a little more regular basis?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't given it a thought.
Hmm.
Right now, I'm just enjoying. The thing is that with YouTube, people get into YouTube and they start collecting, and and that's the thing is that you see some people they collect because they want to get into the down into the community,
Right,
but they don't
right.
know what the hell they're collecting, or they don't know the character, they don't know anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And in my case, it's like you tell me, and I'm like, ooh, boom, 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 boom. Sometimes, like
Mhm.
90 to 95% of the time, I know my stuff. But I did it because I've been I've been not hunting, but well, yeah, toy hunting and buying and pre-ordering stuff even before YouTube.
Right.
So my enjoyment of buying stuff has always been there, even without YouTube. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna come back at all. Right now, I'm at a good place. Like I said, I moved. I do work a lot. I have 3 jobs. I have my 7-year old. I have a 1-year old. And I just have a 1 month old right now.
Man, you are a busy man.
Yeah, so
You are a busy man. Yep.
my little girl needs me right now, and then with school with my other kid, so it's kind of hey, fabulous disaster. It's kind of like 10% yes, 90% no.
Sure. Sure.
Right now I'm enjoying. Honestly, I feel like I'm at where I'm at before, where I was more in the comments. I was watching videos. Before I would always comment. I would super chat. I would do this. Now I'm just seeing people and I'll say hi, but most of the times I'm doing something and I'm just watching and I'll give a like. I don't get to say hi in the chats or comment on the videos because I'm just up and down, but I want to give people their view time. I
Right.
want to give
Right.
people their like. So even though you don't see my name, I'm still there and I'm still watching.
Yeah. Yeah. And man, you're great at that. I know you've done that for me. You do that for Ed. You do that for all these guys. So very
Yeah.
much appreciated for that,
Thank
man.
you.
So good. I'm glad you're in a good place, man. That's exactly what I was hoping to hear from you because we haven't talked in a while. But
Thank you.
glad you're in a good place, man. And
Thank you.
congratulations on the baby.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome news as always. So let me catch up on the chat. Blue Sasquatch, what's up?
Hey,
Glad you had a
Blue.
fabulous disaster. I didn't get to say hi to you. And I think that's it. Guys, as
No,
usual,
there's
if
a Drew's farmhouse.
oh, another local guy. All my local guys are showing up for me. That's awesome. And for you. Awesome. So, if you, as usual, if you guys have any questions for JJ as I'm going along that I'm not getting to, shoot them in the chat, and we'll get around to them. All right. So we kind of know where you came from. We kind of know about the collection, about YouTube, and that sort of thing. What is the favorite now? I think I might know the answer by looking at your backdrop. But what's your favorite item in your collection right now?
Classified and Hot Toys, man.
Classified high toes. Is there a
Yeah.
specific one of each that you just love, like one individual figure for each?
Well, of course, you can see him right here. Serpentor.
Serpentor. Yep. Yep.
Serpentor is my number one for 2022. And honestly, for Hot Toys, it's not this guy, but I have the Age of Ultron Hulkbuster, which
Nice.
is
Nice.
it's more fully articulated. The fingers move, everything moves. This one is not really fully articulated, which is kind of odd. This is the Infinity War one, and he
Okay.
was a lot cheaper. The other one was about 800 something dollars.
All right.
So that one is my true favorite. And that son of a gun is massive. And I bet you guys seen him when Seth used to when he bought him. But that's my favorite hot toy of all.
Nice.
It was the Joker Heath Ledger one, but the Hulkbuster outbeats it.
Well,
So
yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that
so
Hulkbuster. I mean, it's a
yeah.
work of art. I've seen that thing. I've only seen it on videos. I've never seen it up close. I know Cincy Nerd got it a while back, and man, he did a whole video, and just the detail on that thing is just incredible, man. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
really cool that you got two of them. I mean, it's an impressive piece for sure, man. Very,
Thank
very
you.
cool. Very cool. So, let's go into Hot Toys a little bit. What got you into Hot Toys, and man, how do you keep up with that? That's a tough one to keep up with.
Um, with Hot Toys, the actually my first Hot Toy that I bought was the Heath Ledger Joker.
Okay.
Um,
Was that the one
I,
with the purple suit and everything?
it actually was the bank robber one
Oh, the
first.
one you gave Ed. The one you gave
Yeah,
Ed. Yeah,
yeah,
nice,
that one.
nice, nice.
And so a friend of mine, he knew I was a big, but my friend that works that has his shop in Eagle Pass, he knew I was into the Joker, and he showed me the DC Direct Heath Ledger Joker, so I bought it, and it was that time it was like $200 for that one, or no, it was $100. So it looked pretty cool. It looked detailed. And I was like, oh wow. So he had the magazines, and he goes, bro, you think that one's detailed? Let me show you this Hot Toy figure. So he showed me the Hot Toy figure, and at that time, that Hot Toy figure was about $250.
Cheap
I go,
date.
you know what? buy me that, or order me that, and I'll buy it. I'll pay it in payments. And he goes, okay. So I paid in payments. Sucker came in. I looked at the DC Direct, and I looked at the Hot Toy. I was like, damn,
Mhm.
I fuck this with the DC Direct.
Night and day between the two, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's night and
and
day.
ever since then, I started seeing them, and I just started collecting them. I ended up collecting that Joker, the other Joker with the purple jacket. Then they came out with the DX Deluxe one, which his eyes move. Then
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
the Batman with the Deluxe one, his eyes moved. And then I ended up buying the Two Face Harvey Dent one. So I bought all those off of him. Then I eventually looked at Sideshow, and I ended up buying a statue, a 2 foot tall statue of Apocalypse from Sideshow. Then I noticed they had Hot Toys. I'm like, holy crap! So my first Hot Toy I ever bought from Sideshow was a Man of Steel.
Nice.
Now the issue with that was I ended up buying him, and I waited for it on the mail, and I ended up getting a package, and I'm like, okay, cool, it's here, badass. I'll wait. So I waited a day. I opened the package, and then of course I kind of understood the details.
Mhm.
You always see TM, SWTM. It's Star Wars: The Mandalorian, or
Yeah.
AVG Avengers 2. So and so. So it gives you the code of who it is, what movie, or what it is. And I see Man of Steel MOS, and then Jarrell, and I'm like, JR. I was like, that's Jarrell. Like, what? So I opened the package, and they send me the Russell Crowe Jarrell, and I'm like, I didn't order this one. It's like, well, shit, I'm gonna have to send it back. So I was like, okay, well, I'll send it back tomorrow. I mean, I don't have time right now.
All right.
Well, I'm getting ready to send it back, and I get another package. I'm like, what? So I ended up getting, I opened it up. I end up getting the Man of Steel, and I'm like, what? So I look at the receipt. Well, they send me the Jarrell for free,
Oh,
or
nice.
yeah, and I'm like, oh wow, well then I can end up selling the Jarrell,
Making money.
and
Huh?
and I'll just keep my Man of Steel, or I'll sell it to my buddy, and or I can give it to my buddy from Eagle Pass or whatever. Well, I end up tearing the pack of the Jarrell, and you know how they slide, right? Because
Mhm.
I keep them in the boxes. I hardly open them. I open it, and I look at the details of the Jarrell, and I'm like, nah, I'm keeping them. So I
You're
decided to
keeping
keep
that
them.
one, yeah,
Yeah, I kept
definitely.
both of them, so I still
Nice,
have them.
nice. Right on, right on. That's very cool, man. Yeah, I was there a reason why they sent you two? Was it just like a just a mistake or what?
Maybe, and they're just
Uh,
like, nah, just let them have it. I
uh,
mean, or maybe it was a promo. I don't know.
man, it's not every day you get a free hot toy. You got to take that, I
Yeah,
mean,
or I'm not
uh,
really sure. Or maybe I won a contest. I don't know. I think they
yeah,
were giving a drill contest. I'm not sure, but I mean, I was like, thank you, And from
absolutely.
then on out, I just started buying hot toys from Sideshow.
Yeah. How many hot toys would you say you have right now?
Oh shoot, I'm probably close to 70 or 80 in the storage,
Wow,
and they're not even
nice.
open.
So you haven't taken the so you've taken the plastic coating off and kind of taken the little slip cover off
Some
a
of
little
them
bit.
I still keep it in the. I still kept it on the. What is it called in the shipping
The
package?
shipper box. Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
have them in there. I haven't opened them like the
Man.
Boba Fett throne with the
Yeah.
throne.
Yeah.
I got him. I haven't even opened it up. I left it
Oh
in
man.
storage because I was moving. I have the Venom pool. Haven't opened him up. Who else? There's other ones that I haven't opened up, like the Taskmaster, Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier one, and I'm
Wow.
still waiting on some other ones to come in.
Nice, man.
Now,
That's
how do I
impressive.
keep up with it? Because
How
it's
do
a
you?
lot.
Yeah.
Well, I do the pre-orders on some of them, and on some of them, you know, like a good example, I pre-ordered the Obi-Wan and Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan series. Those were a must. So those don't end up getting the pre-order money out till like they start in July or so. So it gives me enough time to save,
Mhm.
and then they'll start taking them out every month.
Right.
So
That's
once
the
I have,
best way to do it, and you can do
yeah,
it in different increments. So, like if you guys
yeah,
that don't know, 3 months, 4 months, some even go like six or I think six is
yeah,
the max. Yeah,
yeah, 6 is the
yeah,
max,
which is a
except for
great way
that
to do it.
Hulk Buster. That Hulk Buster was longer,
Well,
but I
yeah, it's
ended up
like
paying it.
almost $1,000, so they got to give you a
Yeah.
little more time. Right, 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 right.
I do that, and then I use Affirm, which I
Okay.
do the zero interest payments, and man, I get the figure, and then I just make the payments
Yep.
because some of them are just are will go like that, and
Oh yeah, yeah. Then they
you know,
retire it, and then you're out of luck.
then you
Secondary
gotta wait
market.
10, 20 years
Yep,
later.
yep,
Just
yep.
like what was it? They brought back. They're bringing back the Bane figure, and I could never get that Bane figure from the Dark
Nice,
Knight series, and they're
nice.
bringing him back, and I'm like, I'm getting him.
There you go. Got to get it. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the misconception. So you see people like Jetta Patrol. Jetta Patrol is a huge Hot Toys collector. I think there's a misconception. It's like, oh my God, this guy must be just rich as rich can be because he got his Hot
Nah.
Toys. No, you can do it as long as you know how to do it, like you said, with the payments and that sort of thing. So,
Yes.
you know, guys, don't be bugging JJ for money. He's not like a millionaire, man. He
No,
he
no, no.
does he
I
doesn't.
worked my ass off. I haven't won. I never won
That's
the
right.
Powerball.
That's right.
If I won the
So
Powerball, I'd retire from work and I'd be on YouTube having
Yeah,
fun.
full time, man. Because who cares, right? Legacy said a funny comment. He's all, make sure you pay that storage bill. Yeah, you don't want to end up on one of those shows where somebody buys your storage unit for $4,000 and they run into 80
Yeah.
hot toys, man.
Give me a moment, bro. My daughter wrote.
No problem. Let's see. Kenobi said, hey, Mad About Toys, I
Okay.
think it's 900 sub. Nice. Thank you, Kenobi, for supporting him. You guys keep it going. Keep supporting each other. We got some new guys in the chat. So if you guys haven't checked out their channels, please go and do that. Mad About Toys, Payne's Toy Samples. Go check those out, guys.
So
Guys have been
going back
rocking
to
it. Yeah.
Legacy. So I do have a storage payment. It's at the end of the month. I actually pay that first before my light bill.
That's a good idea. That's like as important as your house payment, man. You
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
it's because I have an indoor storage, so it's a climate control storage.
Oh,
So
good,
they're a
good.
little
Yeah,
more costly. So,
yeah,
but the
yeah,
guy gave me a discount because I've been with him for so many years. So I'm like, yeah, well,
yeah,
I'll take it. You know?
yeah. So I know not all these guys are into hot toys. What would your piece of advice be? Your first piece of advice? What would that be when it comes to collecting hot toys? Like, say somebody comes to you and says, "JJ, I'm thinking about getting into hot toys. What can you tell me? What's your advice for me?"
Two things: get the hot toy that you actually want, and find it at a pre-owned sale if it's the one you want, or any kind of hot toy. I know that pre-owns are almost as expensive as when they're in the secondary, but sometimes they'll have them at regular price. And really, I've noticed that hot toy figures, when they're pre-owned, sometimes they're not even less than the amount
Oh
of the
no,
retail. They're
no.
selling them at retail, so they've gone up. They're almost like statues, and a lot of people don't realize that statues. I don't know if you know this. Um, is it good to open up a statue? Yes or no?
I would say no.
Actually, yes. It doesn't
Okay,
lose
I'm
its
wrong.
value. A statue does not lose its value like a toy. The reason being is because a statue will just stay there. The only thing that you do with the statue is you keep it clean,
Right,
you make sure it doesn't get cracked, you make sure it's in climate control weather, and you make sure that you don't mess around with it that much to where it breaks.
right.
Also, statues are limited edition sometimes. A lot of them are limited edition.
More than not, yeah, more
Yeah.
than not are.
So
Yeah,
that's the reason of the value of a statue. Hot toys are becoming the same thing as a statue. You're just leaving it up there. You're not really moving it much. Of
right.
course, you might want to pose it differently. So you are putting a little more hands on fingerprints than what you do with a statue. But that's the beauty about a hot toy is that they're becoming so well known to where people will even buy in the secondary market. And they don't care. If they're looking for a Hulk. They'll
Mhm.
pay $1,000 because
Oh,
they know
definitely.
that it's worth that.
Yep, yep.
So if you can go on eBay and find a hot toy for a good price that you like, whether it's Star Wars, DC, or Marvel, go for it. Buy it. You will not regret it. It's worth it. If you don't want it, you can always sell it for a good price, and people will buy it.
Hmm.
Now there is some figures that, of course, like that Hulkbuster up here that I have. Maybe people might not want to buy it at retail price, and you might have to go a little less. But when
Yeah,
it's others, you know, um, go for it.
yeah. And in some cases, you can get above retail. You can get
Yeah.
above because I mean, like we talked about, if it's retired or something, I mean, you can clean up in some cases. But going back to what you said about the posability, I was so nervous. So, quick story: I sold all my Black Series last year to get in a Star Wars Hot Toys, but I was so afraid to pose them. Like I got him at, I remember I had Commander Cody, and he's got that little communicator, the little
Hmm.
antenna in there, and I was like, I almost broke it, taking it out of the box, and I was so nervous about posing it. So they were pretty much in a static pose, and I'm with you. I think the detail is fantastic. It's like they took the character and they shrunk him down.
Hmm.
But I was just so nervous. I mean, if you watch a lot of reviews, guys will be wearing gloves just to review these things. That's how they OCD there about them because you don't want to get the
Yeah.
fingerprints and that sort of thing. So, have you ever broke a hot toy when you've been messing with it and say something snapped or something like that?
No,
No,
never.
good, good.
I've taken them out simply. I mean, simple, and never had a problem. I'm not afraid. I think when you're just too like, oh, I gotta be careful. I think that's when things break the most.
Yeah,
You just gotta like, come on,
go
yank it
for it.
out of there. It's
Right,
like a
right,
band-aid. Shoo,
right,
man, you should
right.
be fine. Now, the one
Exactly.
thing I can say about I regret, and T3 collects is looking for him.
T3 Carlos,
I
what's up,
had
man?
I had the Crow hot toy, and I ended
Mm,
up selling that sucker. I sold it to a friend, but I kind of wish I never did that. I regret that. That hot toy Crow, phenomenal,
yeah,
phenomenal, and I regret that one.
yeah, and maybe not. I mean, so they've retired that one. Is
Yeah,
there
that's been
is there
retired.
is there any? Have you heard any rumblings about them re-releasing that?
No, but I think that they'll do it when they make a reboot of a Crow.
Which
I
is
think they'll
coming?
do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
which I don't think is the same, but
Yeah, yep, yep. Well, that's. I mean, you're like our hot toy guy here. I think you probably
not
know.
quite.
Yeah, definitely. JMC, he's got a lot too, and I think they're cool. But like I said, it's just it's something. I think it's an acquired taste, definitely for a lot of people.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So going into GI Joe, so I did a little promo for Ed's live on Wednesday. So I know you know this, but Gary's Grails and myself, we're gonna destroy Ed for getting us back into GI Joe Classified because we're out. But Ed's a horrible enabler and he's a bad friend, and he says no, go buy more GI Joe Classified. He's a terrible friend, so we're gonna destroy him on Wednesday. But what got you? I mean, obviously collecting Joes and stuff. But other than Serpentor, what's your favorite Joe now? And what did you think about those reveals from the other day? I actually thought those were phenomenal reveals from
Trouble
Hasbro.
Bubble.
Trouble
Trouble
Bubble,
Bubble.
absolutely,
Awesome.
man. Yep, yep. I'm
Cobra
with you.
Pod.
I'm
Awesome.
with you. I'm with you.
I think they're going that's I understand what they have to do going modernization, and they have to go with these new Joes like that what is it called, Shadows, uh what's his name, I always forget his name, but it's like Shadow Stalker or whatever, where it's that guy with the dreads that he comes out in the newer versions
Oh
of
yeah, yeah.
the
Hmm.
Pursuit of Cobra. I'm not into those, even though I'm almost like a perfectionist where I want all of them. But right now, the way they've been going with being almost 80s style, keep doing that.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, Shadow Tracker. Thank you,
There
Payne's
it is.
Toys. Shadow Tracker. I was like, I know it's something. Um, he looks cool, just not into him. But I got Kamakura, and I wasn't really a a big fan of him. And then when I got the figure, I was so impressed with that Kamakura. I mean, I love that Kamakura. It's a very good figure. And see, I'm the type that I buy two figures, one to keep in the box, and the other one to
One
open
take
up.
it.
Yeah,
I'm impressed you can do that nowadays because man, it's
Give
getting
me a moment,
tough.
bro. Give me a
Yeah, no
moment.
problem. No problem. While JJ's off, I'm gonna welcome a couple more guys. Carlos T3, guys, go check out. He did an awesome podcast with Sleeping Collectibles the other day. So guys, make sure you're watching the Overgrown Third Graders live stream. I believe it's on Wednesday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Carlos, but I believe it's on Wednesday. Also, go check out the High Ground from Kenobi. Check out Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. Anybody who's doing a live stream, make sure you guys are on the supporting them. Darth Rock, that's a new one to me. So, Darth Rock, welcome. Thanks for coming to Yakin with Yukon. Appreciate you
All
being
right,
here.
sorry about that.
Nah, you're good, man. I was just going through the chat. It's all good. It's all good.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah,
I don't think it was Ed, but maybe it was.
it was.
So my question to you now.
Yeah,
So I remember when you did that video where you took off the mask and the hat, which
right.
I was very happy about. To be honest with you, you reminded me when I wore a mask.
Yeah,
You know, I was wearing the Joker bank robber mask before
right,
anybody saw
right,
me.
right.
So my question is, one of the things you said was I was never into GI Joe, never saw GI Joe, never cared for GI Joe.
Mhm.
What's making you get into that?
Well, so it's I'll clear the air. It's not for likes. It's not for subs. It's not for views. You want to know the one figure that I saw that got me back into it was the Crimson Guard. I've always loved the
Mm,
Crimson Guard. I've always
yeah,
liked that. I actually had some back, it's probably about 5, 6 months ago. Sold them off. The only reason I sold them off is because I didn't really think that they were going to go anywhere. It really died down and they got so hard to find. That was the number one reason they got so hard to find. I couldn't find anything. I
yeah.
never found any of the Target exclusives anywhere. And I was like, this is a nightmare. But all of a sudden, things got easier to find. I mean, we're seeing stuff on clearance now. We're finding Outback, we're finding Vipers, we're finding
Hmm.
Bats, all on clearance now because they've got such a glut of the thing. So it's like now, okay, well, now I can actually get the ones I want to get. So I'm going to kind of get back into it, and you know,
So
I just thought it was a good time to do it. I may be transitioning out of my masters masterverse. I'm not sure, but
nah, those are great. I collect those too.
they're
Those are great.
cool. They're cool. It's just, you know, again, they're hard to get at
Yeah,
some times, and I don't want. I don't want to. I said this on Archer's live the other day. I don't want to collect because I feel like I have to have something. I want to get what I want. I don't want to get what somebody else wants me to get. You
exactly.
know,
Yeah.
and that's the sort of thing about that. So
So let me ask you this another question with the Joes. Now that you're saying you're finding them, now you're finding Outback and
yeah,
what
yeah.
was the other one? The Cobra,
The
the
vipers,
bat.
the bat. I
Okay.
found a lot of the python trail bats and vipers. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have a Target in my
Mhm,
town. I don't.
mhm.
So I have to go online. I have to like wait till Hasbro get some, or I have to go secondary
Right,
market. Okay.
right.
Unless I go out of town and there's a Target, by some luck I find them. Because here in Texas, it's hard to find stuff.
Yeah.
Are they? Do you? uh, Are you guys finding them because they're mass producing them, or is it because since the price has gone up and Hasbro's been taking a nut, a testicle, and a leg from people that people don't really want to buy? I mean,
I
what
mean that
is it?
dude, that's totally the case with Marvel Legends right now. I did a short on Marvel Legends. They're clearancing Marvel Legends half off, and they still don't move. Miss Marvel's half off. She-Hulk's half off. The damn things are still sitting there. So I think it's a little bit of both. I think, okay, I don't want to go on a huge Hasbro tangent here, but I will for 1 second. My opinion. You guys in the chat, you get
It's
involved
already
in
up.
this too.
1 second's up.
Okay, a minute.
All right, there you go.
I think they did listen a little bit when it came to Joe's that they needed to be produced more. They needed to do more, right?
Okay.
But there is definitely a major hit when it comes to this packaging bullshit, this price bullshit, this CEO laying off 1,000 people bullshit, all this stuff. There's definitely a hit that you can notice when you go into Target and you see this. So I think it's a little bit of both to answer your question.
Okay.
There's also and a lot of people have said this too. Last year was a little bit unique because we had all the shipping yard problems. We had all the containers sitting out in the ocean, not doing jack shit, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that the reason we saw so many clearances and we saw such a glut of merchandise is because, oh, those finally made it in. Whether that's true or not, we'll find out this year. If there's a
Mm,
huge onslaught of merchandise that comes through, then that wasn't the
I
case.
believe
You
that
know,
because I
I,
mean,
I
look
mean, I
at
would too. I would
because
too.
I mean, if you look at GameStop, they had that clearance plus you get 50%
fifty
off of
percent off. Yeah, you were
clearance
you were scoring figures for like $5-6,
that
man.
you there were
Yeah,
that just barely got in that you're
right,
like, what? Okay,
right.
screw it.
Which has never happened before. That's so weird for to go to a Target. I know you don't have one, but if like I'll give Kenobi, you back me up on this too, because him and I talk about this too. If you go to a Target and you see a figure and then you go there 2 weeks later and the damn thing's clearance, you know something's up. There's something
Hmm.
going on where it's like, okay, they're not just trying to clearance these because they're not willing to wait another through the holidays or through whatever it is to see if they sell them. No, it's because they want to get this shit out and they got more stuff coming. So
Gotcha.
I think that's a lot of it, man. But like I said, GI Joe is much easier to collect now, except when it comes to what you just showed us. Why they do a Serpentor as an exclusive? That's just taking the knife and shoving it
Or
right
a
in the
man
heart,
or a Doctor
or a mind
Mindbender.
bender, right? It's like why?
Hmm.
And I find that extremely frustrating. Now, I'm not going to go on a Hasbro tangent, say anything, because Daniel from Legacy of Nerds going to call me out, and then I'm going to be a hypocrite again. So, but I think that's the reason, man. Honestly, so with you having to buy stuff on the secondary market, is that going okay for you, or is that something that's a little frustrating?
No, I mean if I see a good deal for two, like I don't just get one item. Like if I bought like I said, I always get two of the figures. So I mean I'm honestly gonna be paying another $20-$30 more for the
Right,
figures. But if
right.
it's two of them, I'll take the chance because sometimes they're a little bit better. I mean, so like the Python Patrol Alley Viper.
Hmm.
Um, People were selling for one at $60, $70.
Yep.
I saw somebody that was selling two of them for uh for 80. So I was like, "What's $40 each? Might as well."
Mhm.
And this was on Macari. And then the cool thing with Macari, I know that you pay a little bit more, but I use the zip.
Yep, yep. Which is a
And
lot
I
like
know
we're yeah.
Yeah, and I know it has a fee, but the honest truth, I'd rather pay the monthly and get it out of the way like that. I know it's
Right.
2 weeks, but I'll pay two payments in one, and then I'll have two more payments, and then boom, I got my figures, and I'm
Yep.
all right with that.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right.
Um, if not, I am a premium member of the Pulse, which kind of sucks because they like to screw people over.
Yes, they do.
Um, but I don't. My thing is, I don't really rant a lot because why am I gonna be a hypocrite when I'm still gonna buy my stuff?
That's what I've come to learn too, man. Yep, yep.
I'm
Well,
not gonna rant.
and they
I
got
mean,
you
if
by the
I
balls.
yeah,
Like you said, they got you by the balls because where else are you going to get Star Wars 6-inch figures? Well, you can go to SH Figures or Mayfix, but they're triple the price. Where else are you going to get 6-inch Joes? Well, you can go to Action Force, but they don't. That's a little bit different thing than GI Joe. Hasbro's got you by the balls if you want to be a collector to a point.
yeah,
That's
no, they
just
know what they're
something
doing.
they know
They
what they're
know
doing.
what they're
So
doing, and that's fine. Hey, you want to do what you keep on doing, do it, but you're gonna lose people.
you are going to lose people. Yeah, and it's a matter of time. But
I mean,
you know,
I'll do this rant real quick because it's not you, and if Legacy Nerd wants to say something, that's fine.
yeah,
But don't be lying to us about this environmental bullcrap. Because if you're still doing retro cards with plastic,
it's total crap. Yeah,
thank you. That's
it's
it.
bullshit. It's
That's
complete
it.
bullshit. Yeah. That's just a tax break, man.
That's it.
Let me get to a couple of comments. I saw a couple of comments that I wanted to address here. Okay, so Payne's toy samples, GI Joe, Masterverse, and some select DC Multiverse core trans Action Force is likely going to be cut. Action Force is going to be cut this year. I haven't heard anything about that. Payne's toy samples. Give me a little more information on that. Legacy said Christmas Target probably had 35 Vipers. It was the same thing with the Black Series when they put out those Carbonite Scarab Troopers and stuff. There was huge gluts of those, and
Hmm.
it's just that I think again. And then Carlos said, I think it's because 2020 when GI Joe came out, they were poorly handled. Yeah, totally agree with that. They were absolutely horribly handled, but
But
that's
that's the thing. I mean, yeah, we had that same trouble with Black Series. They were poorly handled too at the beginning.
and they're still poorly handled.
Well, well, I mean, maybe, but I mean, but at the beginning they were poorly handled. I mean, it's hard to
Well,
say, but
and it's like what Michael Cherry's saying now too. Now I'm a little foggy on this, so maybe you can educate me or somebody in the chat. I could have sworn I heard Hasbro say the other day on their live stream they're not doing pre-orders for Star Wars anymore. Star Wars Black Series. Everything that they revealed, they're like, nope, no pre-orders, none. So you guys correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I could have sworn that's what I heard. And if that's the case, that's really gonna be a nightmare to get that stuff.
they're gonna lose more people.
Well, yeah. I mean, how are you gonna get it? You're gonna rely on going to Target and fight every other collector in your area? That's
I
not gonna
mean,
work.
you have a lot
I
of
mean,
people that are sell mom and pop stores that you have your toy sellers that have stores and
right. What are they going to do? Go to Target and buy an entire case of the exclusive and sell it on their online? I don't think
I really don't know
that's
what
the play.
Hasbro's doing, and I really don't know who they have. I know they got a new CEO guy or whatever, but the way they're going into things, they think that increasing the items is going to be the best thing for them, and then cutting people.
Yeah,
You're just screwing your own company over
you
to.
are.
It makes it seem like they want to go bankrupt.
Well, it is. It's funny you say that because I thought the same thing. It's like these kind of stupid decisions. Do you even want to continue your biggest toy company in the world? Thing you got going here. It really doesn't feel like they do, man. I mean, it's crazy. Carla said the Disney Plus Marvel Legends wave was supposed to be out late summer, fall, not out till November, December. So lots of stuff was delayed because of COVID. I mean, yeah, you're right, but again, what a problem with that is when they tell us it's like the Chiati Mundi. I'll go on this real quick.
Hmm.
Chiati Mundi, okay, they say spring 2024. Does anybody here actually believe that we're going to be waiting until spring 2024 to see that figure? No way. It'll be out within the year, and that's
Hmm.
just a ploy to kind of get you more excited. And I got
Sergeant Slaughter,
Sergeant Slaughter. There you go. You're absolutely right, man. You're
Big Bad Toy
absolutely right.
Stores had them before Hasbro Plus sent them
I
out.
found
I
him
mean,
in GameStop a few weeks ago.
there you go.
I mean, come
And
on
wasn't
now.
he supposed to be out in what March, April of this year?
Yeah. Well, I think it was even later than that. I think it was May or June. I think it was the summer,
There
if
you
I
go.
remember right. Yeah. And then G4 says Walmart's doing pre-orders for Jesse. I mean, that right there kicks most of us out. If Walmart's doing a pre-order and it's a Walmart exclusive, most of us are already out because Walmart's terrible with pre-orders. So, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
And Hasbro's not pre-ordering any of the new reveals. All I can say to you guys is if you're in the Black Series, good luck because that's what you're going to need. It's
I don't
rough.
know what that Star Wars marketing is doing. I
Oh, they
honestly
they
don't.
have to be the worst one, man. And it's not only with just the way they market it, but it's like so. Let's compare the two. Let's compare Classified to or to Black Series. So Classified, I mean, how many accessories you getting? I opened who was it? Well, the Alley Viper. The Alley Viper's got probably what 8 to 10 accessories.
Yeah,
Okay, you open a Star Wars Black Series Jedi. How many accessories do you get?
just the sword,
One
the
laser.
laser sword.
One laser sword. Right. I mean, what the hell? And GI Joe's $2 cheaper. What are we doing? It's crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Well, and then also their HasLabs have just been
They're garbage.
striking out. They've been
Did you
striking
get
out bad.
the Sky Striker?
Hell, oh yeah. I got it. I got it.
How is that? I know a lot of people have had the problem with the landing
Still
gear.
in the box. I haven't
Still
opened
in
it
the
yet.
box. Nice. The landing
I
gear is
mean,
an issue. So I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of people are doing reviews, and the landing gear it's supposed to be up completely,
mhm.
but it just does this. It's got this little
Oh
wobble in it, and it's like for a $230 Sky Striker, you expect it to be perfect, and there's
yeah.
more QC issues, and it's like,
Well,
eh,
I haven't opened it yet because I don't know if I'm gonna sell it. But then
no.
it turns out, of course, I like the Cobra Commander redo Coco, and then having Ripcord as a Night Force. It's like I don't know if I want to give it out
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Did you get the hiss, the HasLab
Yes,
hiss
I
thing?
got two of those. Yeah,
Nice,
I'm
nice,
waiting for
nice.
that sucker.
See, I'm kicking myself for not getting that now. So,
Mm.
and the G-Force says the one good figure usually comes in a Black Series. Will continue to be difficult to find. Rest will clog pegs. Absolutely. I mean, this is such a step backwards. We're back in 1995 through, well, whenever they started doing pre-orders, 1995 through 2005, you had to go through and find it in the store. And that one figure, as soon as they kick the case out, it's gone. So, I mean,
Darth Maul,
Darth Maul,
episode
man.
one,
Yeah.
the three
Oh,
three quarter inch. You couldn't find
absolutely.
them.
I had to go there at midnight just to get Darth Maul.
Yeah.
And it's like I nearly had to fight somebody for it. So it's crazy, man. Let's get back to you and forget Hasbro. So, other than action figures, what other hobbies do you have if you want to tell us?
Well, you already know about the gym.
Know
I
about the
do the
gym. Yep.
gym.
Yep.
Um, I still collect movies.
Cool.
I love to cook. Although I didn't cook tonight. I was like busy trying to fix this area.
Right, right.
Um, I'm a personal trainer at times. Um, yeah, I don't have much of a hobbies anymore. I mean, I do like to read. I love to read. I have a bunch of. Well, let me show you real quick, but I have a bunch of novels there that I haven't read that I need
Nice,
to
man.
catch up. But a lot of
Very nice.
Star Wars novels. Um, you know, I just love to read. I'm not much of a gamer anymore.
Yeah.
Even though I want a PS5 because I like that new Modern Warfare, but you know, I enjoy that. My hobby is watching people on YouTube, of course.
Absolutely.
Um, what else? I like watching shows, movies. I just recently saw yesterday Wakanda Forever.
How was that for you?
uh,
That's most reactions, man.
uh, just I didn't like Letitia Wright's performance. As the main protagonist, I wasn't a big fan of hers. Although, and neither was I a big fan of Namor. You know,
Gotta
Tenoch.
say it the right way, right?
Yeah, Namor.
Yeah, more.
Tenoch. I couldn't just see him as Namor. I mean Namor.
Right.
But Okoye, the Night Guardia, Lupita Nyong'o, Angela Bassett, Winston Duke, I thought they were phenomenal for their roles. Um, what's her name? The girl that played Riri Williams, I thought she was just trying too hard as well. So, I wasn't. I expected more.
Mhm.
But I mean, I didn't expect Angela Bassett's character to die. I was like, holy spoilers! Sorry,
Spoiler: if you haven't seen the
sorry.
last 6 months or
You're not
four
missing out on
months,
anything.
yeah.
I did love the cameo of Killmonger. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. I'm not ruining anything for you, anyways. But other than that, it just felt rushed.
Yeah.
Felt too rushed. I didn't like how they killed off T'Challa. That was. I know you couldn't do anything about it because I know he
No,
passed years
you're
ago.
stuck. Yeah, you're
But the
stuck.
way they did it that way, I just. Uh, no, let me put it this way. I loved Love and Thunder more than this movie.
Ooh, ouch,
And a lot of people don't
ouch.
like Love and Thunder. And I enjoy Love and Thunder. I enjoyed it.
Ooh,
I thought it
man,
was great. I mean, it
it
was
was
at times it was kind of stupid, but I can see Love and Thunder more than Black Panther 2. Sorry. I
yeah.
mean just
Yeah. How about what shows are you looking forward to? I know I'm looking forward to Mandalorian. Probably that's about the only
oh
one I'm looking
Mandalorian.
forward to. That's
There
about it, honestly, man.
a
But
lot of them I'm still watching Wednesday and I'm enjoying
okay,
that.
okay.
Um Tier Hello I'm going to miss it, but the last season of Cobra Kai, I'm just like, oh, announced season 6, final season. That I'm waiting for. Mandalorian, I'm waiting for. Ahsoka, I'm waiting for.
Definitely.
Loki 2, season 2, I'm waiting for. There's a lot out there. The Last of Us, I want to see that. All these new shows that James Gunn brought out that he's gonna do for DC,
Hmm. Hmm.
phenomenal. I'm waiting for Superman and Lois season 3. Um, you name it. The Flash, the final episode, final season of Flash. You know, um, all those. Just sucks that that a lot of those are going to final season, but
Yeah.
still gotta see Andor. That's one thing I can tell you. I
Yeah,
kind
I
of
haven't got myself to do that one yet. I don't know what it is about it. It just, I mean, honestly, it looks boring. It just looks boring. I don't know if it is,
and
but
people are saying that's one of the best ones so
that's
far,
what I've
and I'm
heard
just
too. But well, the thing is too, that's a much bigger one. I think there's what? How many episodes is there? Like
18, I
nine?
think.
That's a lot, man. Like I don't have time to sit there and binge that thing. But I'd like to give it a try. But it's hard to get away from looking boring. So
The other one I want to watch is Rebels. What was the name of the one with Sylvester Stallone? Tulsa. Is it
Tulsa.
Tulsa King?
Yeah, they actually filmed that here where I live. Yeah,
Yeah,
up in
yeah. Well, I
Tulsa.
want to see
Yeah.
that one. I don't have Paramount Plus, but man, I remember telling Rebels like I want to see the one with Sylvester Stallone. I don't know if it's a movie. It's called Tulsa King, and he said he saw it and he says it's great. And I'm like, damn, I got to see that one.
Yeah, Sly, he keeps going, man, doesn't he? I think he looks the best out of all those 80s action film guys, too. I mean, he still does a good job, man. Really,
Yeah, he does. He
really well
does.
done. Yeah, definitely. G-Force says Andor was one of the best written Star Wars shows to come out since Clone Wars. Okay.
There you go.
I'm surprised by that. Okay. All right. Well, I might have to give it a shot between YouTube and all this. So, all right, man. Well, I got a couple more quick questions for you.
Sure. They don't have
Um,
to be quick.
so when you were doing videos back in the day, would you once you did one and you uploaded it and it was on YouTube, would you go back and watch it and kind of critique yourself and say, "Hey, I need to work on this or I need to work on that," or you just got it uploaded like, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah, no, I didn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
I'm not a damn director, man. I'm not a director, producer, or executive producer. I mean, I just did what I did. And it's like, oh, now when I would do it, I'd be like, hey, it's John Joker here, and then, damn it, restart.
Right,
I
right,
do
right. Yeah.
that,
Take
but
two, take two. Right, right.
I don't go back. I mean, I really don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think
If
that's
I
a good thing.
if I screw up, I screw up. I don't care. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, you don't
use
want
my
it to be
language, man.
you don't want it to be overproduced. You see a lot of videos and they're so overproduced. It's like, geez, it's
I'm
kind
not
of like
making a movie. I mean,
right, right. You're
it's
making a
just
video for YouTube that mostly all the people you already know anyway are going to be watching. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't,
yeah,
and
yeah, yep.
I mean, look, I mean, I'm not the type to be like, go and sub to me, watch my video. No, if you enjoy what I do, watch.
That's
If
what
you
I've
don't,
always said, man. If you will like what you see, sub. If you don't, it's cool. We're good.
it's cool. If,
Yep,
if you want to comment and call me names and shit, I don't care. It ain't
go
gonna
for
hurt
it.
my feelings.
Well, there's some. Oh man, I tell you, there's some people out there. It drives them nuts. It drives them nuts.
Well, I mean, they can say, "Oh, you can do this, this, and this, and that." Okay, thanks.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I don't care. You know, well, in my opinion, this and that. Like, okay, that's your
right.
opinion. I
That's
have my
true.
opinion. You have yours. I don't care.
That's
I
true.
mean, if you're gonna hate me for my opinion, then you're in the wrong place, man.
Well, I mean, it's kind of an opinion-based platform, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm open to everybody's opinion, and I always agree. See, this is the thing about me. Like a good example. Both of us are. You and I are Cowboy fans, right?
Mhm.
The minute I say that, people are gonna be like,
They're
"Ooh,
going
the Cowboys," blah 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 blah. Okay,
unsub, unsub.
or something.
Yeah,
A good example. I don't know if he's here. T3. He's a Seattle Seahawks
yeah.
fan, right?
Yep,
It's like that's badass. Cool.
yep.
You know, one thing I'll say. I'm not one of those that be like, "Boo Seahawks." I'm one of those like,
No.
dude. I'm pissed off at your Seahawks because that damn one yard throw, and you let the damn Patriots win that damn Super Bowl.
Right,
Should have gave it to the beast, man. And see,
right.
I say those things, and like this year, you gotta admit, Seattle going to the playoffs
Oh, it's incredible.
was
Well,
yeah,
they unloaded their crap onto Denver, and then hey, look at they're just fine. So
and they had Geno Smith. The Geno Smith that was a
Geno Smith.
dud, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
actually had one of his best careers
He
or
did.
one of his
Well,
best
he made the
seasons
Pro
of his
Bowl, man.
career.
Made the Pro Bowl. Who would have thought Geno Smith would have made the Pro Bowl? That guy was washed up, right? Nothing.
You know,
There you go.
other people they're like, "Oh, I'm a Steelers fan." Cool. Again, I'm not like, "Oh, you're just a Steelers fan because they have 6 times." You know what I say? I'm like, dude, you guys got 2 badass drafts. You got that Pickett guy, and you got Pickens. Who would have thought that Pickens, the wide receiver, would be up there as a rookie
Oh, exactly.
receiver?
Well, it's like you said. Who cares? Joe from JMC Clicks. He's an Eagles fan. I don't hate Joe because he's an Eagles fan. I like
Hey,
Joe.
cool.
Joe's the
You
man.
guys are that's
Who
awesome. You guys,
cares?
I admire you
know,
guys that are.
great, man. We were gonna have a friendly little wager if we made it to the NFC Championship, but hell, Dak can't throw to his team,
Yeah,
so
hell,
we didn't. We didn't make it. But
damn,
you
I can
know,
throw better than Dak and shoot.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, man.
But you know, and I'm like that, and honestly, right now, the for the Super Bowl, I don't care who
Oh, I
wins.
could care
Like,
less. I mean, I
if
go for the
the
Eagles just for. I go for the Eagles just for Joe. Yeah,
well, see, I go for the Eagles because they've only won one. You know, I go for the Chiefs because they've
I
only
want to
won
see. Yeah,
two.
yeah.
You know, so they win 3. Cool. I like Mahomes. He's cool. I mean, he's a little odd, but you gotta admit, Jalen Hurts, man, he's the
Oh,
MVP of this year. I mean, even though he got hurt,
he
and
won't win it, but I agree with you. Mahomes is going to win it because it's Mahomes, man.
Well, also you gotta understand Jalen Hurt was out for a while. He was hurt,
Well,
so
and what happened
that
to him?
kind of discredited him.
But what happened to him? See, that's the thing. That's what the NFL does. What people don't understand. Most valuable player. That should have just actually solidified Jalen Hurts even more because they lost 2 games when Jalen Hurts was out. So how valuable is Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, but then they only look at stats and
That's what
QBR and
sucks about
stuff
it.
like what
That's
sucks,
what
you know.
sucks
And
about
then
it.
you got to understand is that, and it's hard to say because yeah, I agree. Jalen Hurts is the way he was dominant, running, passing, and everything. But then he had help.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
oh, yeah.
they got AJ Brown.
He's got good 2
Uh,
receivers. Devontae Smith. Yep.
Unlike Mahomes, that he lost Tyreek Hill, but for some reason Travis Kelsey stepped it up as Tyreek Hill
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
and that you can see that as an MVP status.
Definitely.
Mahomes has turned these running backs that you're like McKinnon, Pacheco, who the hell are these guys?
And it's like, yeah,
Into
I know who they
running
are now.
back, you're like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
You see Jalen Hurts turning Saunders and the other guy, Gainwell, I think it is, the other
Mhm.
running back, number
Mhm.
14, into star running backs, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
So
it's true.
you gotta. I mean, the honest truth, I never expected the Chiefs to be on top. I thought it was San Diego, LA that was gonna take that position,
Well, no,
and
not
then
even close.
seeing the Eagles the way they were playing, I'm like, nah, they got this in the bag.
Well, they're about ready to get rid of Jalen Hurts. They said this was Jalen Hurts make or break year, and they were about. I mean, there was mumblings last year, like, "Oh, we got to get rid of this guy. Let's start over. He's not there." But man, boy, did he prove those doubters wrong, man. Big
I'm
time.
glad he did. I'm glad
I'm
he
glad he
did.
did too. Yeah, good
And
for
if they
him.
win it, all I want from the Super Bowl, whoever wins it, is a good ass Super Bowl game, just like last year with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Rams. That's all I
Yeah,
want.
we don't want a blowout.
No, the
That back
hell that.
back in the '80s when the 49ers were killing the Broncos 55-10. We don't want none of that.
Nah,
We're
nah. Or
over
when they
that.
beat the San Diego Chargers, or like when the Seattle racked the
Oh,
crap out of Peyton Manning, when everybody thought, oh, the Broncos are gonna win it, and
dude, let me tell you something. I used to live in Denver. I lived in Denver for 42 years, and when the Broncos lose the Super Bowl, I mean, it's like the world's ending in that city. It's just, it's a nightmare.
the
Yeah,
world's
it's like
the
Joe
world's
wants a
already
blowout.
ending. The world's
Yeah,
already ending, and we still haven't won a Super Bowl for Dallas. And
right. In a long time. Was
anyways,
that Emmett Smith days? All right, man. I got one more question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot here because some of
sure,
your friends are on the chat and everything. And it doesn't have to even be Toy Hunter related. Doesn't have to be Toy Hunter.
okay.
Give me your 3 favorite YouTubers right now.
Is Rebels on here?
Oh, I knew it. I
No,
knew
no,
you were
I'm no, I don't want to say anything. He's not one of my favorite. No, honestly, I don't have a favorite. I don't have
okay.
favorites. I don't have 3 favorites. I enjoy everybody's content, no matter what it is. Um, I've never been about favoritism with anybody on YouTube. I think that's just that favoritism thing is it's not meant for YouTube because everybody does their things differently.
Definitely. Yep.
Everybody does, even though it can be the look. The beauty thing about everybody is, let's say it's you, T3, JMC, and Rebels do a premiere or a review on the Crimson Guard
Mhm.
classified series.
You get 4 different variations.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's nice to enjoy and seeing, the people that get it out there. Now, one of the things I don't like is that, let's say I see all 4 of y'all talk about the Crimson Guard, but then there's more people doing a review. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to watch anymore.
Right.
But if they're the first ones to bring out a review than anybody else, it's like, okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And that's my thing, like the Galactus. Everybody started doing the Galactus.
The minute they got it, I mean, it was just a flood.
Everybody. So I just watched a few of them. And let me tell you something. That one was my top 2. That was my top 2. The reason Serpentor beat that one out is because, to me, like I said, I have almost all the Marvel Universe. And if you remember the Marvel Universe 3/4 inch, there was a Masterworks Galactus. There was 2 of them.
Mhm.
There was the purple and blue, and then the dark Galactus,
Right.
which they were 18-inch figures. You're telling me on that 18-inch figure, you can put a freaking button so it can talk, but you can't do that on a damn HasLab Galactus?
Right. It's true.
Are you
It's
kidding
amazing.
me? And it's
amazing.
a $300, $400 figure, and you kidding me? You can't even put a voice on that?
Yeah.
Recorded on that? Like, come on. So that brought it down to number 2 for me on the
I totally
2022.
get that. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like you go and you look in the kids' out and you got a Mandalorian, you push the button and it talks and it moves around. It's got a light up lightsaber or light up blaster, whatever the hell it is. You can do that for that $30, $40 figure, but you can't do it on a HasLab. How is that?
Exactly.
You know, how is
Exactly. You
that?
know?
How is that? All right, man. Well, we got to wrap it up. That's our hour. I appreciate you being on this, man. Thank you
No,
so
thank
much
you.
for
No,
coming
no,
on.
thank you. Thank
No
you. I
problem,
mean, it
man.
was an honor to be on your channel.
Oh, man, you're a
Uh,
no-brainer, no doubt.
I've always enjoyed you, even when you had nobody knew you before the mask, but
No,
you
they
know,
really didn't.
but I am so happy that you came out of the mask.
Thank you, man.
Before we wrap it up, one of the things I want to say is that I'm glad you are back. I'm glad to see you enjoy it more than what you did, because I can tell that when you were the other Yukon Phil, it can show that you were looking for numbers and subs. And this Yukon Phil shows who you really are, what you really do, what you really like, and what you are in it for the YouTube. And I like this Yukon more. And I'm glad that you're showing yourself and expressing yourself, man. It makes me very happy. And even though, you weren't this Yukon Phil, I was still supporting you as the other Yukon Phil. I still enjoyed the things that you were doing. I like the way you changed your voice. That was freaking awesome.
That hurt my throat. I could never do a
I,
live stream like that.
man, you're the Chester Bennington
Right.
of YouTube, man. Because remember, Chester would hurt his, he would
Oh
get
yeah.
ulcers in his esophagus when he would
Yeah,
sing.
I don't know if you listen to Sturb David Draymond. He actually had to have his vocal cords surgically repaired because of the way he sings.
Ooh,
So I
uh,
don't want to go follow those guys, man.
there you go. But
But
thank
thank
you,
you
and
very
it's an
much.
honor, man. I really appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. So thank you so much. All you guys in the chat, thank you so much. Let me take care of a couple little business items that I got. Next week, screw the Super Bowl. Join me. General Kenobi's bunker makes his triumphant return back to this show. So we are going to talk about a lot of Star
Thank you,
Wars
T3.
and looking forward to that. And then we actually have 3 Yakin with Yukons over the next few, I think 10 days. So after that, Art G on a special Wednesday edition of Yakin with Yukon, and then the Sunday after, Gary's Grails, guys. That's going to be a hoot and a holler because Gary's a little crazy.
Nah, but it's a
So
good
it's the
crazy.
good crazy though, yeah. So looking forward to all those shows. Got plenty. We're booked almost all the way through March. So loving
Wow,
it, guys. You
that's
guys
awesome.
rock. I appreciate all the love and
Applaud to you,
support.
Yakin with Yukon, man. And I love that Yakin with Yukon. Applauds,
What
guys,
goes
for this
on in
guy,
this
dude.
head? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. John, thank you again.
No, thank you, man.
Appreciate
I
it, man.
appreciate
You
it.
guys have a good night. We will see you guys next week. Later, guys.
Later, guys.